tell you.
Is that for legal reasons?
Well, it told you it was recorded. I just want to make sure you were aware of it.
It's for historical reasons.
Yes.
I had to click got it.
Okay. All right.
So you all got the information about Sherry's funeral, right?
Yes.
Yes, I got it. I talked to Wayne about 3 or 4 hours ago,
Okay.
and I'm gonna send out a broadcast probably tomorrow. Next Friday at 10 a.m. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Greg, did anybody ever tell you you look like Osa?
Wow.
I think that when we get a certain age, we all look like.
You're the first to tell me that.
You should
But
be.
you do.
She's
I'm just seeing that,
yeah,
Deidre.
she's right.
I think it's right here.
Yeah.
That news.
You can't get away
Got
from
that
it.
news.
Right
Yeah,
here.
you
Right
can't
here.
hide that.
She is right. Wow. Well, the Meekins blood. That's what it is. It's the Meekins. That's what it is. Yeah, y'all don't look like Preston. No. You can't sing like Preston either.
There's no way to mold, baby.
Preston, while we got a moment, how's Richie doing?
I didn't talk to him lately because I was on quarantine. We talked back and forth while I was on quarantine, but I haven't seen him in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to have breakfast with him tomorrow morning.
Well, that says something
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I spoke with him today. He's feeling okay today.
Right. He went to the post yesterday and spent a whole lot of money.
Ah,
I thought that was tomorrow.
No,
He said
He was supposed to
Jackie
go
was gonna
today.
pick him up.
He said
to-
he was
not
supposed
too
to
much.
be going today because I said I was going to come up today, and he said I'm going to the post today.
Right.
Okay.
Here's what he said. Not too much going on today. I went to the air base with Jackie today. I spent too much money again. Well, I can't take it with me. I was outside for a while, and yes, it's cold outside. It is good to hear that Victor is doing better. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
When did that come? Yesterday?
Today.
Today.
I said he was supposed to go today.
Yeah. And he told me tomorrow, but he also said he was gonna have breakfast with you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow
So I said,
morning.
okay, he got it somewhat.
You go.
Oh my God, my brother's on.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
Billy.
Can you
What's
hear
going
us,
on?
Billy?
Yes. Let me
Well,
get
why
my,
don't you show us your picture?
that's what I'm trying to do.
They just got finished telling me I look like Greg.
There you go.
Yeah,
Greg looks like you.
me.
Yes, I look
I
like
believe you two look alike. That's for sure.
you need some light in that room, Billy.
Let me hook it up.
Oh, oh, there
Well,
you go.
How's that?
Much better. We can see you now.
Okay. How's everybody doing?
Good. How you doing, Billy?
I'm hanging in there the best I can.
Good. Keep hanging.
Oh, but good.
I gotta move this chair because that light's directly in back of my camera.
Hello.
hello.
Oh.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Mel.
Hello,
Hi,
Melanie.
Melanie.
Hey.
Forrest, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Pretty good. You're on mute though.
Not used to seeing you, Mel. We usually see Michaela first. You muted yourself.
Okay, now I'm back on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everybody on one time. There we go. Yeah,
Well,
she's
you on mute too.
doing her own thing tonight.
Oh, excuse us.
Right.
Ah, there you go. How you doing?
Good, good.
Good.
My condolences to you, Melanie.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. And I got your card. Thank you.
Jimmy, I'm sorry. Melanie, I'm sorry
And
I didn't
everyone.
get down there. I had planned on coming down, but the boredom in me picked up a part-time job.
Hey, I
So-
get it.
So I couldn't come. I had planned on coming down there for a couple of days, but
Yeah,
just didn't work out.
I get it.
Yeah, I was only on the job 2 days. So I said, oh, well, I don't think I can take off just yet. Plus, it wouldn't matter. I told them I quit anyway because they gave me any cover. So it doesn't matter.
I watched the ceremony on Zoom.
That's what
I
I
mean,
did.
You did.
I
Yeah.
did
How was
too.
your
It was
audio?
nice.
First part, I couldn't even hear it. Preston?
Oh yeah, they had problems with the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were halfway through it before they said, talking to the mic. It's like.
I didn't even hear anything that Jimmy said. No.
Oh, wow.
Heard the
But
whole
what I did
eulogy.
see was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Fine, welcome.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hey, Kay.
Hey. This is my first time on this, so I saw the email. I was like, let me get on here and see what the family's up to, because I don't really, everybody's new up here except for Corliss, I see, and Jimmy. I know them too.
That's
Yeah.
right. I just thought about Catherine.
Too.
I just thought about Catherine. You in Charlotte, right?
I'm in Charlotte. Yep.
Melanie,
Wow.
she's in Charlotte.
Hey, I'm in Charlotte too.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
Where
we're gonna have
are
to
you?
get up then.
Yeah, where are you in Charlotte? What part of
I'm
town?
actually by the speed track, so Speedway, so Concord.
Concord, not too far.
Mhm.
I'm on East Charlotte.
Okay. Yep. Rocky River.
Yeah. Okay. My best friend lives out that way.
Really?
So both of
Okay.
them, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't met any family here yet, so it's just me.
yeah.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Right. We gotta connect. We gotta
Yeah.
connect.
Melanie, Kath is in real estate, right?
Yes, look at you. You be remembering everything.
Well, I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to know my family. So I'm just letting you know in case somebody needs a realtor. There's your cousin right there.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
That's good to know.
Right. Yep. Good.
Yeah. Look, I can refer an agent out there wherever y'all are too.
There you go.
Hey. Good to know. Yes, definitely. We'll have to connect.
All righty.
Now we see a lot of your ceiling, but not a lot of you.
Because my computer was acting silly, so I'm on my tablet and I'm holding it. I'm about to sit on the floor and put it
Hold
on the table.
Ask Brian to hold it up a little bit. His spirit will hold it up. There you go. There you go.
I got to get myself together so I can sit on the floor and put it on the table.
Okay. We'll get started here in a couple more minutes. Let's see here.
Is you're actually home, not out and about?
It's cold.
Usually you're out somewhere doing something.
Oh,
I hear you. It is cold. It is.
What's the temperature in Rhode Island, Billy?
Right now, 19 degrees with a chill factor of -5.
Yeah, that's a little too cold for me. It's cold here. I think we like it around about 20 somewhere.
Yeah, it's 23, they just said.
Yeah.
We got 25. We were at 20 this morning when we left out.
Whew.
It's too cold for Charlotte. Charlotte not used to this. We've been getting snow.
I'll tell
all
y'all
day.
what it is at my house. It's 74 degrees.
Wow.
Oh yeah, me too.
Who said that?
Rub it in. That's right.
Inside.
Rub it in.
Who has 74
No, I'm saying I'm
degrees?
inside. I'm in the heat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, inside.
Look, to all of y'all. Y'all like 74.
I was ready to move.
Look, just go over there to the thermostat. Turn it up.
Oh, you are a cousin. Hi, Brenda. You're on mute.
You're mute. You're mute. We can't hear you. I heard you earlier. You was talking about me.
But no mute button there,
I'm
buddy.
always talking about you.
Tell them
Yes.
good stuff though, right?
All good.
All
good.
right.
Hello, everybody. How you doing, Elsa?
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Linda.
Okay, I just sent a text message to Ron to see if he'll be able to join us.
You want to show your face?
Is that you, Herb?
Yeah, I'm in the house. I'm in the house.
Thank you for joining
Happy
us.
New Year. Happy New Year to everyone.
Hey, how
Happy
you
New
doing?
Year.
Nina, how you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
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 A lot of people.
I see a lot of young faces.
I don't
Well,
feel young.
stop. You ain't got to talk about me like that.
I didn't think
Well,
anybody
I
would
wish I could
know.
be like Jimmy when I get older. Now, all that paperwork back there, though, is a little questionable right there.
You don't look like that.
Yeah.
Keep saying I got to clean up before I have another Zoom call. It's too much paperwork. I got it everywhere. But as long as I get things accomplished, that's the only thing that matters.
Well, you can't move anything,
Absolutely.
Jimmy, because if you move it, you won't be able to ever find it.
That's right. I see. I have two Shirleys on here. Shirley Roper. I know she's only on one. I wonder which one is it. She'll say something. Okay, I sent a text to Ron out in Phoenix, and I'm gonna wait for him to respond. Hopefully, he's normally pretty good at this. I would like for him to be on here before we get started. So, but in the meantime, we're waiting for Ron. For those of you who haven't been on the call before, it's strictly informal. This is not a normal session, as I said in our last email, but still, as we go along, if you got a question or something to say, speak up. This is not, as I said earlier, not our normal session, because a lot has changed in the last 30 days or since we were together last month. But as a reminder, we have this cousin call the second Friday of each month at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And obviously we had to change it last week because it was just too much going on in Melanie's brother's, my nephew, funerals that day, and it just wouldn't work out. So, and I know all of you understand.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so that's what happened for last week. But next month, we'll get back on the schedule, hopefully, and things will settle down a little bit. So again, I haven't heard from Ron. Okay, we're going to go ahead. I heard a bing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get the wreath. 1 second.
Jimmy, where you at? Where you at? Virginia?
I'm in, where are we? I'm back in Maryland today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and say, which way is the bathroom? Is I go this to the left or do I go to the right? That's bad. Okay, we're going to go ahead on and get started. We're going to get started with a short prayer. I'm going to ask our vice chairperson, chair lady. I forgot what I was supposed to call you, Detrell. But I'm going to ask you, if you will, if you don't mind, if you can, just start us off with a prayer. I think we need it.
We do. And before we get started, I'd like to share with everyone that this has been a tremendous week for me. My son was admitted to the hospital on Sunday. He is currently in ICU. On Sunday through Wednesday, he was on a ventilator, not COVID related, but I'm happy to say that God is good because I got a favorable report about 2 hours ago. So
Man.
I am
Amen.
of the
Amen.
belief.
Hear that?
Amen.
So if we can all just bow our heads and close our eyes for a moment. Lord, we come to you on this evening to say thank you for the family members that have gathered here, those who are still on their way, and those who thought that they could join us but were unable to. We ask that you cover them. In these past few days, in this very new year, we've lost quite a bit unexpectedly. We've lost cousins, we've lost aunts. And Lord, we just asked, and we also lost a brother and an uncle. And we ask you, Lord, to please comfort the family members that are still grieving. Allow their legacies to live on through each of us. Allow us to come together to enjoy one another and to also uplift, unite, and move forward from here. Let this not be the only night that we gather in unity, but let this be the start. Let this be the catalyst for many days to come. It's so great to see new family members that we've never seen. And may this be the beginning of something wonderful. We ask you to make this session all that you would allow it to be, and let us move together in love and unity. These are the prayers that we pray, and we bless your name. Amen.
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 Very good. Very,
Very good.
very
Very
good.
good. Very good.
Since we don't all know one another, we'll start. I'm gonna go around the horn and ask you to tell us who you are, where you live, and just where do you fit into the family. I'm gonna start off by myself. I am in Silver Spring, Maryland. That's where I primarily live. My wife and I and children, grandchildren. And we have a home in Richmond, also Virginia. And my mother was Elsie Meekins West. Her birthday is coming up on the 24th, which I believe is Monday. She's been gone for 10 years on the 3rd of this month. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Osa?
My name is Osa F. Meekins Jr.
Osa B.
My name is Osa F. Meekins Jr. My father's name is Osa F. Meekins Sr. My grandfather's name is O.C. Bells Meekins. My great-grandfather's name is Richard Meekins. Now, do I have to go back further?
No, that's fine. And you're located in?
Palmar, New Jersey. That's my hometown. My father was born, the first one of his siblings to be born in Morristown, New Jersey, which meant that his mother carried him from Virginia in her womb. And there were 3 sisters that came on that trip with her. Let me see, Ophelia, Bernice, come on. And Mary Lucy.
Mary Lucy, yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's the Lanex. They came from the Lanex portion of
Yes, they came from Lenexa, Virginia.
Cat knows what I'm talking about, where I'm talking about, and so does Corliss. Some of you have heard me say I lived down that way as a young kid in Lanexer. I used to dig potatoes at Anderson's Corner in Toanna as a 7-year-old, and I think I made about $7 a week. So I'm familiar with Lanexer. I started school in a 1-room school down there. I have a picture. I got a picture the other day of that 1-room school. One of these nights, I'm gonna remember to show it to you. But anyway, go ahead, Linda. Okay,
Well, okay, I'm here. Had to get off mute. Hi, everyone. I'm Linda Meekins. I live here in Morristown, New Jersey. I am the daughter of Iria Ophelia Meekins Harris. My mom, known as Fee, was born in Lenexa, and she was the firstborn of O.C. and Ellen Lawrence. O.C. Meekins and Ellen Lawrence. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Preston.
This is Preston Fortune. I'm the son of Bernice and William Fortune. Bernice Meekins Fortune and William Fortune with my mom and dad. I live in Sicklerville, New Jersey, and I'm the 3rd of 6 sons.
And there's 5 of you all still remaining.
5 still remaining.
Right, exactly. Thank you. Gregory?
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Chin. I'm the son of Alice Meekins Chin. I live here in Morristown, New Jersey, as stated, where Osa F. Meekins Sr. was born. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Bill?
Hello, this is my first time on this Zoom meeting. I'm the son of Osa F. Meekins Sr. and Helen Stepter Williams, and the brother of Osa F. Meekins Jr., who we all used to call Junior Meek.
Yeah.
I live in Rhode Island. I left Palmyra, New Jersey in 1973 to accept the athletic scholarship to the University of Rhode Island, and I never returned. I met my wife, we got married, and we have 2 children and 4 grandchildren.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Melanie?
Hey, everybody, it's me. Melanie, daughter of Rita, Tina. Some of you guys know about Tina. My grandmother was Elsie, my aunt and Uncle Jimmy and Brenda. Brian's sister and Michaela, she just went back that way. So yeah, it's me. I'm in Charlotte now. I'm born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. Been in Charlotte now for about 15 years, I think, coming up on, if not close to it. So yeah, it's been a while. I had to do the math because I've been in my house 10 years this past September.
Thank you. Herbert?
Well, I came from New Kent County, Virginia, born in St. Philip Hospital. A lot of y'all don't remember that.
I know. Black Hospital.
Right, that's correct. My grandfather's name was Willie Meredith, His mother name was Hattie Meekins, and I'm the great grandson.
Hey, and you are in,
Charles County now, Waldorf, Maryland.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Latrell?
My name is Detrell Howell. I am in Jamaica, New York. I am the daughter of Helen Woodson Howell, who was the daughter of Charles Woodson, who was the son of Georgia Meekins Woodson. Happy to be here. And even though she's younger than me, she's the boss of me. My sister told me that I have because she's eating. So somebody is on 2 machines. We getting feedback, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound like it's coming from Greg. Is it coming from you, Greg?
No, it's not me.
Shirley, I think it's coming from you.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh my God, what did I do?
We'll come back to you if you can fix that problem. We'll come back to you. Corliss?
Oh Lord.
Hi, everybody. My name is Corliss, and I am in Portsmouth, Virginia. It's 28 degrees and snowing here, believe it or not. And I'm part of the Meekins clan out of Toano. And my grandfather is James Lemco Meekins, and Kat is my first cousin. Oh, Catherine is my
Snow
first cousin.
down there with you.
Yeah.
Shirley, if you can hear me, I see you as being logged in twice. Maybe that's the problem. I see your name on here twice.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I think that's why you got we're getting feedback.
Maybe so.
Okay, it's quiet right now. You want to go ahead and tell us who you are and where you are? And
well, Jimmy, I'm Shirley Roper. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Right now, I can't do this not right now.
Okay,
right.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll come back to you. Patrice?
She could speak for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hi, so I'm Patrice Roper. I'm here in Brooklyn, New York. My mom is Shirley Roper. Her mother, which was my grandmother's, was Helen Roper, and her mother,
Helen Daniels.
Well, Helen Daniels, excuse me. And her mother was Helen Jackson. Am I correct?
Right. Yes.
Thank you. And I apologize, Jimmy, because I sent some of the family members, I sent them the link from the last month's meeting. So a lot of people keep texting me saying they can't get on. So that was my fault.
That's okay. That's understandable. I change it every month because security reasons. I don't want to get in the wrong hands, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I get it.
Mrs. West.
Oh, okay. I'm Brenda West. I'm married to James West, the one that talks all the time. I fit in wherever I can get in.
Catherine Meekins Caesar.
All right. Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna take my camera off. Obviously, it look a little bit different, right? Gain weight. All right. So, I'm Catherine Meekins Caesar. That last name, I'm getting divorced in April, so go me. Anyway, so Carlos is my first cousin. I am here in Charlotte. Grandparents is Pearl and James Meekins. Let's see. I've been kind of distant from everybody in the family since I've been married, moving around a lot. So Jimmy sent out this email. Corliss been telling me about it before. So I'm glad y'all have the Zoom so I can start to, acclimate myself back to the family members and learn where I come from, basically. So hey.
Many of you all know James Bubba Meekins. That's your uncle, correct?
Yes, that's my uncle. Yep. I was
That's,
gonna ask somebody back there. It looked like they got one of his wood pieces or something
That's me.
on the wall.
I went all the way down to Newport News and bought that bad boy.
it
Look,
sure
why
is.
can I tell? I can tell that's my uncle piece.
It looks like, yeah.
And I deliberately set my camera up so that it shows.
Look, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can tell him.
Okay, because I told him I use it. I show it off. I brag about it.
Yeah, I love his work.
Snap it, send it, help keep your community safe from slip and falls. Report cracked sidewalks or holes.
Okay. Now, okay. I think I got everybody. Did I miss anybody? Okay, thank you. I see another head in that picture up there in my bed. Oh, that's my granddaughter. I didn't know who that was. She looked like a grown woman. Anyway, we're gonna move along. I'm a little surprised we haven't heard from Ron. Ron Meekins is out in Phoenix, and I was hoping that he would be on the call. This is very unusual for him not to be here. Check my phone real quick. Okay. All right, moving along. Here's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to explain our scholarship fund. I'm going to touch on it lightly. Our seed money fund, and we're going to touch on our family members who are sick. We're going to talk about obituaries, people who passed away since we worked together a month ago, and of course, we're going to honor our guests, one of our honorees this month. And that's how it's going to go. Again, this is informal. Please speak up at any time. We're not going to have games tonight. I didn't feel like we're in a mood to have games tonight. And quite frankly, my nephew Brian was supposed to host the games portion of tonight. So instead of games tonight, this is not the night for games. So Ron said, unfortunately, you have two full, not doing so well. Okay, so we won't have to wait any longer for him. Ron Meekins is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Of course you can.
So to honor Brian, those who have been on the call before and have played parts of his games, we all know that Brian used to give away the answers, right? So we really didn't play games too much because he would have all the information right there on the screen, and all we do is laugh right along with him. So rest in peace, Brian, we definitely miss you.
Yes, exactly. So moving right along, we have two funds that we ask you to support us with financially every year. One is the scholarship fund, named after Emma Woodson Hill. We ask that you send us a minimum of $10 per year, which is nothing. That's 2 cups of coffee. That equates to 2 cups of coffee from Starbucks. And for our seed money fund, we use that money to support the chapter that's going to host the next family reunion. In this case, the seed money you send in now will support our upcoming activity we have for our family reunion this year. So again, that's minimum of $15 per person. And the way you can submit it, that information is in the chat box. And if you still can't read it too well, just let me know. It is also on our website, our family website. But if you still having problems sending it to me, contact me and let me know, and I'll get you the information. The easiest way is to send it by way of Zelle or Cash App. That seems to be the thing. I had a family member contact me early in the week. He wanted to send us some monies, and he was trying to use the PayPal function on our website. And for some reason, it's not working, so I'm gonna have to get that fixed. But I was a little surprised anybody's using PayPal anymore, because I haven't received a PayPal money from anybody in a long time. So anyway, we will get that fixed. I probably messed it up, so I'm gonna have to go back to our web person and ask her to fix that for us. We have local chapters at the present time. We have Richmond, Virginia, Philadelphia, South Jersey, who's right now that chairperson is Gregory Chin. DC, myself. We have a millennials chapter, which is dedicated to our younger folks primarily, and that's headed up by Casey Cummings and Takaya Gray. And we have a New York chapter whose chair position is now vacant, and of course, in Richmond, that chair is now. Oh, by the way, Brian West was the chairperson there, so of course that position is vacant at the time, and we will address that hopefully very soon. Any questions so far? Our next family reunion, normally we have a family reunion every 2 years, which 2021, 2021, we were supposed to have it, but because of pandemic reasons, we could not do it. So therefore, we pushed it forward to 2022. Now, the host chapters will be the DC chapter and the millennials chapters. The millennials, we are going to teach them or show them hopefully, how it should be done, so that in the future, they'll be able to host a reunion. So that's the reason they're working with us on this. We sent out a survey, I believe back in early November. We sent out about a little under 400 surveys. We received 26 replies. So we're using that in making our decision along with our common sense. The DC chapter, we met on the 8th, I believe it was, of January. And anyway, early part of January. And we're going to meet again early next month. But we're going to, it is very, very, very unlikely we'll have a 4-day affair like we normally have, for obvious reasons. It will be scaled down. The way I see it right now, it's going to be scaled down substantially. And clearly, we're going to have to focus on having something outdoors. We cannot afford to have an indoor affair right now. The way it looks right now, who knows? We may plan, and then another virus comes along like this, whatever this thing is called, Omicron or whatever it is, and this causes us to adjust. So please keep that in mind, but we are working on it. Normally, you would have that information in your hands as of December, dates, prices, et cetera, but we just cannot forge ahead because we just don't know. And from the surveys we received, even though it was only 26, it was very clear those 26 family members are not receptive to having an indoor affair. So that's where we are right now with planning for this year. Also, I want to just mention this briefly. When we had our executive committee meeting, in the last one we had, it was in December, I believe it was. Anyway, one of the things we're considering is reorganization. I just mentioned we have 5 chapters. And the problem we have is recruiting enough leadership, enough participation, mainly leadership. I mentioned New York is vacant. It's been vacant for quite a while, the chair position. And then Philadelphia, South Jersey, Greg has stepped up to the plate and is really holding it down temporarily until we find somebody. And now with Richmond, we have to find somebody down there. So we're considering reorganization. Our bylaws say we cannot change our organization unless there's a vote by the membership, the family membership, and that can only be done at our business meeting, which we're going to have in some kind of format this year. Now you're thinking, if we're going to have something outdoors, how are we going to have a business meeting? What we're looking at is having a Zoom business meeting. That's the only logical way to do it. So I'm just throwing out what we know at this point in time, but we got to have a business meeting to consider finances, future finances, existing finances, and reorganization and other matters. Okay, any questions? Okay. Genealogy, just want to touch on genealogy. We have a genealogy committee. One person just quit last month or a couple months ago. She just went poof in the night. And then we lost Brian. So it's down to really two of us, three of us. And we're going to get a replacement. And we have a genealogy file that we keep. I work on it every day. And Brian, three people had access to it. Brian had access to it, and the trail has access to it, and myself. I'm going to give access to Robin Shields Daniels, who's on our DC committee, and she's also on our genealogy committee. The key is to make sure enough people other than myself and the trail have access to it. And whether they use it or not, at least they have the passwords and the ID, that type of information. Okay, I want to make you aware, we do have a fundraiser. The DC chapter has a fundraiser. If anyone is interested, let me know. I will flash it to you quickly. I will show it to you quickly, and then that'll be it. It looks like that. It has squares on it.
Did you show us where your name's at?
I'm not on there. I never play it because I don't want to win and people say it's fixed. Anyway, the box squares are 2, 5, and 10. So if you contact me offline, and I will make sure you gain access to it. But the Super Bowl is the 13th, and I still got a bunch of squares on here. I know my cousin Angela, she's not on here tonight, Shirley's sister, and she's going to help me up in New York. So, but we had one family member here who did a very good job. I'll just leave it at that. So that's a fundraiser we're having, and whatever monies we make on that will go toward helping us fund the next reunion. Also, yeah, I just want to say that, but I have to be careful what I say. Okay. And oh, I know what I was going to say. Not only is helping our fund, but it's fun. It is fun, F-U-N, to watch the Super Bowl, and hope you potentially benefit financially if the ball bounces your way. Is what you. Does anybody have it?
I gotta admit, Jimmy, it was fun when I played in the Thanksgiving thing, and since I was at your house, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was
watching the game and then looking at the squares and saying, "I hope I win something." But it was fun. I had fun doing it. I didn't win anything, but it was fun.
And the payment methods are listed right there on the first one in the chat box. Cash App or Zelle. Just tell me what you want, or I'll show you the boxes, or send them to you. Pick out whatever boxes you want, and we'll go from there. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about our fundraiser? Again, my phone number or email, just let me know and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. We got some people on this call that have won before. And I know they were happy to receive, they were happy to help the committee, let's put it that way. Okay. I mentioned earlier that since we were together the second week of last month, we've lost a lot of family members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm attempt to put it on the screen here. Let's see here. Okay. See here. You know I'm not good at this.
Need your IT person.
I know that boy. Let's see here. Where is? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I see everything except what I want to see. There it is. Okay, there it is. There you go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Okay. You see those names? I'm sorry. Can y'all see those names?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Those are the people that we've lost since we were together a month ago. Maybe one of them maybe passed away in December. I'll tell you, I'll speak about the names that I'm familiar with, the people that I'm familiar with. Charles Edward Christian, age 92. Some of you know, he lived in Lenexa, Virginia. He was married to Elise Lemons Christian. They had been married for 64 years. And he, 64 years. So I knew Charles. I knew he'd been sick for quite a while. And I was glad to see him last as long as he did. Judith, I'll go back to the first person, George Harrison Farrell. He was from the Chickahominy Meekins. I didn't know him that well. I didn't know him at all, but that's where he's from. The Judith lady, she's wife of a Lemons person in Lenexa. I'll come back to Brian. Joan Patricia Woodson Lord is the Trail and Doris aunt, right? Right, the Trail?
Yes, that was my mother's sister.
You want to say a few words about her?
She's the daughter. She was the daughter of Charles Woodson.
What am I doing?
And she passed away in North Virginia. Lorton?
Yes, Lorton.
Greenfield. Yeah.
Okay. And her service is next Saturday, I believe.
Yes.
I will send, I'm not sure if I sent out, I think I sent a broadcast message out on that with the Zoom, with this live streaming information. I think I did. If I didn't, I will make sure you get it in time. And she was 79. I'm gonna skip down to Catherine Coleman Meekins White. Her daughter lives, she's from Baltimore. She lived in Baltimore. She passed away in Baltimore. I know her daughter, Rose Meekins, who lives in Richmond. I'm not sure when her funeral was going to be. Harold Kelton Watson Sr., age 78. His funeral is tomorrow morning at, I believe, 11 a.m. in Columbia, Maryland.
Land yet?
In Columbia, Maryland, up the road here north of me. I intend to be there. and he's from the Meekins side of the family. Sherry Gordon Chin, age 75. Most of you know Wayne Chin, and that is his longtime wife, companion and wife, very long time. She passed away, I believe it was last Sunday, if I remember correctly. And her services will be a week from today in Camden, I believe it is. I'll send out something on that. I talked to him a couple of hours ago and he passed along that information. So those of you who know Sherry, many of you do, you definitely know Wayne. Please keep him in your prayers. Lillian Lemons Howard, she would have been 103 in March. She passed away. I believe she's in Phoenix from what I can find out. I'm pretty sure she's in Phoenix. She is the aunt of Elise Lemons and Eric Lemons Sr. She's originally from Lenexa, Virginia, but 102. And I don't think I have any more information on her. Now, I'm gonna go back and touch on Brian Edward. Brian was my only nephew. He passed away on the 6th of January. You know, his service was last Friday. Very, very tough to see him go. Melanie, as she says, she lives in Charlotte. She and her daughter Michaela came up, and with Melanie's leadership, I think she did a remarkable job considering the circumstances. And she had a lot of support, and she can speak for herself in a second, but I want to say we received a lot of messages, text messages, cards. Corliss, thank you so much for the card you and your mom sent. I appreciate that. We appreciate everything that everybody has done. Some people, I still need to return their phone calls, but I just haven't physically had time to do it, because every time I turn around, something else is coming up. Especially when somebody dies, I do a lot of research, background research, so that whatever I send from this computer, I try to make sure it's correct and accurate. So not complaining, I'm just saying that's why I haven't returned 1 or 2 phone calls. I will stop right here while we're talking about Brian and open the floor up for anybody who wants to say anything they want to say about Brian. The floor is open.
I just wanted to say that I didn't know Brian long, but he felt so familiar to me. His presence, his warmth, and I look forward to seeing him. And his presence will definitely be missed. I hope that, you know, he continues to inspire everyone, and that part of him remains here and will always be with, you know, with you all, with us all. And I just wanted to say my condolences. It's been an extremely rough start to a new year. And not that the last year was easy, but to have so many people go in a short period of time, whether expected or unexpected, is a lot. I know someone who lost 3 sisters in 1 week, and I can't imagine. You know, I can't imagine. I was actually at my in-laws, the grandmother's funeral the same day as Brian's funeral service. And on the way to the burial site, I was able to view Brian's service. And it's just an emotional time. Each person, each spirit is precious. We don't know how much time we have left. anybody, and that's regardless of age or health. But I think it's very important that we continue to try to stay connected with those who mean something to us. It doesn't have to be every day, every week, every month, but you know, your thoughts, your prayers, everything is important. And though I have not met many of you in person at all, I love you all. And you are part of my family. And that's all I'm gonna say. But but I do, you know, so that's it for me. But thank you for this different opportunity to pay respects and to share our grieving together. And you know, for those who still have, you know, siblings and sons and daughters that are fighting right now to be here, you know, my prayers are with you as well.
You mentioned the rough start of the year. I'm just looking at my calendar starting tomorrow. Mr. Watson's funeral up in Columbia on Thursday. It's coming Thursday. One of my classmates in Richmond, JD Cousins, James D. Cousins, his funeral. The next day, Sherry's funeral. A friend in Richmond, Bubblegum's funeral is on the 28th, and Fruquan's also. And then the following day, Joan Woodson. That's the next 7 days, 8 days. So anyway, go ahead. Melanie, you want to say something? Or Brenda was getting ready to say something. Go ahead, Brenda.
I'm trying, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Brian was a very unique person, a unique nephew. I would like to say that I know that he is resting in peace. He's probably where he wants to be. I hope that he realizes that he was very special to a lot of people, whether he realized it or not. And every time I think of him now, the song I Did It My Way comes to play. To know Brian was not to know him, because he was very independent, very private. And with that in respect, you know, he was close to people, but it took some doing. He will be truly missed. And hopefully I think I can hear him saying right now, why aren't you guys playing games today? Just because I'm not here physically, I'm here. He did it his way.
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna say,
Jimmy?
Yes.
Jimmy,
Oh,
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, I was talking to Greg the other day, and we were reminiscing about when we had the reunion down in Richmond some years ago. Brian took us for a tour of Richmond, and we had the best fun on that van. He took us everywhere, and that was a memory I will always have of Brian. He was just so I don't think that was my first time meeting Brian, but it was the first time spending time with Brian, and we had a great time.
Sure enough.
I talked to him. I can only guess, but I don't know, 6 hours
Okay.
before he transitioned, and I knew he was sick. We know he was very sick, and I just tried to get him to let me take him to the hospital, and we called the ambulance. Nope. He said, I feel worse than I did 3 years ago when you took me to the hospital. I said, he said, but I know what needs to be done. I didn't know what he was talking about. I know now. For some reason, he always called me Chief. He didn't say Uncle Jimmy. He always called me Chief. Nobody calls me Chief. Nobody's ever called me Chief. So it's when I he'd always park his truck because he lived across the street from me in Richmond. He'd always park his truck in my driveway. And when I go in here and look on my cameras, my security cameras down in Richmond, I'm so used to seeing his truck sitting there in my driveway or in front of my house. And it's not there anymore. He's not there. It's very sad. Brenda, were you finished?
Yes.
Okay. Nate, anybody else?
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm gonna miss Brian. I always look forward to seeing him, especially at the family reunions. But sometimes I'd make a trip down to Tappahannock, Virginia, and then I take my little side trip to Richmond to see if you're there, Jimmy. I come over to see you, and I try to go to see Brian all the time. I think I only got a chance to go up there one time. But he would always call me G. And when he was hosting the other family reunion down there, he was calling me all the time, asking me how should I do this and how should I do that, and I would give him how we did it up here in South Jersey. So, and I didn't mind. I told him, call me anytime, man. I'll be glad to share anything that I know, to help you. And I always look forward to seeing him. And I'm gonna tell you, the reunions are not gonna be the same to me without him, because I always look forward to seeing him and having some fun with him. And yeah, Linda, we had a lot of fun on that. He took us on that tour of Richmond. He showed us everything. And it was really a good time.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on Brian?
Can I say a few words?
Sure.
I'm gonna miss Brian as well. Quiet as it kept, he was my confidant, especially with things that related to the family reunion and the reunion committee. If I had an idea before I brought it to you, Jimmy, I ran it through Brian, and we would fine tune what we were going to present to you, because I knew I had his back. I knew he had my back. And, my long road trips, Brian was one of the people that I would call, and he'd answer the phone and say, "What's up, kid? What you got? What's going on with you now? Where you at?" So I will definitely miss him. Mel, you have my love. And just know that I tried to get him to consider moving to Charlotte with you, but he just refused. He refused.
Okay. Anybody else? Brian? Okay, let's move to our other cousin from Brooklyn, Mitchell Fruquan Roper, age 68. Patrice, you want to take the lead here? Or your mother, whichever one. You're muted.
Oh, I'm like, why am I can't hear myself. My uncle, he was real cool, that's smooth operator. He used to always try to teach me to hustle. I could never get it. But he wore a mean pair of gaiters. You hear me?
I hear you there. What kind of person is them gators on?
On holidays and stuff, he always came down to my mom's to eat, and he was always pack him about 6-7 plates for the week, because he lived up in the Bronx, so he always had to have his food for the week. But he enjoyed my cooking, so she's gonna miss her brother. I know she will. She's not gonna talk much, but we all gonna miss him. So it's, we just prepping for this big day. So yeah, pray for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Shirley, if you can, or if you don't, if you're not able to, we understand.
She probably.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
She's on mute.
You're muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. She's waving at me.
She probably don't know how to work. She don't know how to work.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We can come back to you if you figure it out. But she got a smile on her face.
Can't figure it out.
That's okay. She's trying. That's the main thing. In the meantime, does anybody else have any words or comments they want to make on any of these other folks that's on this list here? If you knew any of those people. Okay. On this segment, especially on this segment, I thank all of you all for your comments. Melanie, I assume you don't want to say anything, and if you don't, I understand.
Yeah, I could say something. I want to thank everybody. I received the phone calls, the texts, the messages, and all of the well wishes and prayers, and they're still needed. This has been a tough week.
It's okay. You know the family's here with you. You know that. By the way, for some of you all who might have seen the service, I mentioned during the service that my mother's grandchildren need to get together because we don't know one another. They don't know it. We know it. They don't know one another. They live in different states. Some live in the same city and don't know each other. And even the pastor, Reverend Dr. Crowder, who, by the way, is my uncle, late Uncle Earl Wesley Meekins' stepson, who did the eulogy. He suggested that we really, the youngsters, the younger family members, need to get together. And I'm proud to say Melanie took the lead later on that day, and they're scheduled to get together in some kind of fashion on April 15th. So that's a start, because those family members don't know one another, especially my grandchildren who live here, the older ones. And the older ones down in Richmond and other places in western part of the state of Virginia, they don't know. So that's, if there's one thing that came out of last Friday, that was a huge plus. Anything else on anybody else? Charlotte look like she's unmuted now.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, go ahead, Sugar. We still can't hear you.
You're cut off.
Why you can't hear me?
Now we hear you.
Now you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what's going on? Wait, his name was Mitchell. Oh boy, Mitchell Roper, Tony Roper, but we called him Fuquan, his friends and everybody. He was the life of the party. He was my heart and soul, and I'm really, really gonna miss him. I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. Holiday time, sometimes he would just pop up. What you got to eat? What you got to drink? He didn't drink liquor, but he liked his soda or water. But he's been sick a long time. And I know he's in a better place, but I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him so much. My heart is so broken.
It's all right.
Yep. I understand.
Shirley,
Shirley, I have a question there.
Yes,
At your birthday party, was he at your birthday party?
yes, he was hustling, yes.
He was the dancing bear at your birthday
Yes,
party.
yes,
I've
yes.
been trying to put that name to that person at your party. I said, I bet you that was him.
Yes, he always wore his derbies, his hats. He was
Yes.
the hat person. Hat
Yes.
person, yes. And he loved
Now
to dress. Oh, wow. And he
I say,
loved women. He loved women.
Mm,
yes.
mm.
I remember him being the life of the party. I don't think he
Yes,
sat down from the time he came in there.
right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
he had, and like 2 years before then, he had a heart bypass. So he's been sick a while. He went through a lot, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? He's in a better place. I know that. He's in a better place. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't wish this on nobody.
Oh, I understand.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Okay, on a happier note, happy belated birthday. You just had a birthday a few days ago.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if
Happy
you like,
birthday.
I can sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
No, Shirley. Tell him spare
I
him, Shirley.
can sing it to you.
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
Shirley.
I made the big 70s, so I feel
Yes.
good about
Amen.
that.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Birthday.
Wow. So you well, I ain't gonna tell a lie. I'll get ready to tell a lie, but Herb know how old I am, so I better not say it. Okay. Okay, let's move along to the final segment of tonight's session. We started recognizing the wonderful things about some of our family members, both living and deceased, months ago. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 9-10 months ago. And I did this because in doing genealogy research, I came across some wonderful information about some of our family members that nobody knows about. We know about them when they die, which is ridiculous. We need to know about it while we're living. So I came up with the idea, and the committee approved it, that we would talk about and let other family members know what kind of talent, what kind of great people we have had and have in our family. And we've had some really good sessions. And tonight we're honored to say that our honoree tonight is in fact living. Because when I sent that message out, I got a couple of calls that said, is something happened to Olsa? No, there's nothing happened to Olsa. There's nothing going to happen to Olsa. And so that's why I had to correct and say in big letters, he is alive and well, because he is. And we are delighted, first of all, to see him tonight, and that he's joined us. And I will tell you, he said from day one, he's normally in bed this time of night. So it is a privilege, and we're thrilled, and especially with his brother and lookalike, Bill, on the phone. I don't know which, I guess Osa's older than Bill. Is that correct?
Yes.
I thought so.
I'm 10 years older than him, and don't he ever forget it.
I got a little background information on him, if I can find it, or maybe I can put it on the screen here. Let's see here. Let me see. I know you all are saying, will I ever get it together? I bet you see that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That's Osa F. What's the F for?
Franklin.
Okay. I'll update our genealogy files. So in a nutshell, 1963, high school graduate, all Burlington county football, but that surprised me. I never thought that, because he's so pristine and everything is sharp, and I think he's a good cook, and he's smart, football player, I can't imagine you lining up to play football. That floored me. 67, graduated from Lincoln, Bachelor of Science degree in sociology, graduated from NIAC University. I think I'm right.
Akron.
Okay. Master's degree in counseling psychology, employed by the state of Pennsylvania, Department of Welfare. I think also that's where you met Emma. Is that right?
Yes,
Cousin
Emma
Emma?
Woodson Hill.
Yes. 30 years retired kind of young. 35 years, that's a long time. Past president of the Philadelphia, South Jersey Family Reunion Chapter. After collaborating with cousin Emma Woodson Hill, retired from the position after 20 years of service. So in a nutshell, that's our cousin Osa. I don't know, from a personal standpoint, some years ago, we were in a family reunion meeting, a business meeting in, I want to say Philadelphia. And this guy, Osa, came up with this idea. Oh, why don't we come up with this? What we now know as the National Executive Committee. And the idea was fine with me. But what shocked me was he recommended I lead this thing.
I was there.
And I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about it. I remember some words that Preston told me over the years. He said, your title is Chief Cook and Bottle Washer. I've always remembered that. But I want to say, I personally owe an awful lot to Osa. He's my friend. He's our cousin. I've been to his home. He has a lovely home. He's first class all the way. So I invite anybody on the call to say what they have to say, starting with Bill.
Okay. I just want to clarify one thing. My brother was a great football player. He would have went on further if he didn't injure himself. I believe it was Thanksgiving Day football game that he broke his collarbone in the first quarter.
Wow.
He continued to play until the pain got too great and the coach would not let him back in the game. And it was determined that he had a green stick fracture, one of the worst fractures that you could ever have, because a clean break is easier to mend. A green stick fracture may never end. So his scholarship offers dwindled. And I don't know if that was a great discouragement to him, but I picked up the ball and I ran with it, because if he couldn't do it, I told people I'm going to do it. So that's why I'm up here in Rhode Island freezing my butt off now, because I got a football scholarship and I never left the state. And I love my brother. He's been a mentor to me, and recently a great mentor to me, because as our lives change, we all go through turmoil. And if I didn't have him in my corner, I don't know where I would be right now. So I thank you, Junior.
Very good. Preston?
Very good.
I don't even know him.
That might be a blessing.
All I can really say is that I've always loved Osa. He was he always seemed like a very important person in my life, because we joked around a lot. He said a lot of stuff, and every time he would talk to me, I would hear something I didn't know before. I don't know why. I don't know where he got it from. He must have brought a bag of goodies that the press don't know about this. I was always learning something from him, and I think that's a treasure.
Okay, Gregory?
Well, as I always knew, I always knew him as Junie Meek. That's what I always call him. But as you get older, I guess we have to call you Osa now. But favorite, I love Osa. He's you know, I don't know what to say. He's always been, like you said, Preston, he's always been important to me.
Very
He's
important.
been an important person. And
Yes.
anything that he would say to me, I would value because I knew it was coming from him and I knew he was important. And I know he knew what he was talking about.
I heard that.
So, hey.
So he had a bag for you too, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most of you are aware that I spent a lot of time with our cousin James Alfonso Meekins here in Upper Marlboro, Nix County over. And he used to use that name, Junie Meek. And then finally I realized why it's also Junior and it's the reverse. And
Yes.
that's how I figured out. But he talks about you all the time. He talks about most of you guys, because you guys were similar ages. Jim is 83 now, I believe, and Preston is 81, I believe. So all you guys were kind of about the same age. So I know there's a lot of stories along that. And Jim,
Oh my God.
Jim,
You have no idea. You don't want to go down that road. You do not want to go down that road. Oh my goodness. You don't have enough time. Trust me.
No, this is paid for 24 hours a day, so we can go 24 hours a day. Linda?
My God, you just don't know. Growing up, and my mom we would always go over to Palmyra to see Uncle Os and Aunt Helen, Diane, and Billy was the little one, and Judy Meek. But my I don't know what to say. Junie Meek was always one. We hung out together sometimes. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, Junie Meek, the one year I got diagnosed with sarcoidosis. And he came and picked me up and took me over to Philly to a friend of his who also had sarcoid. And it was just, okay, I can live with this. I can do this. And it was just knowing that he was concerned about me. And it was just wonderful. And we've gone to shows, we've done parties, we've done a lot of stuff together in our growing up years. And I love you.
I can say this. I felt since going to Jersey a lot, since I've gotten to know you guys, being kind of like an outsider, because I didn't know you guys when I was younger.
Right.
And I hear stories, and I hear a few negative comments here, which is normal in the family. Never hear anything negative about this man. This man
I don't know why.
You want to hear something?
I got
a few.
I am sure with a mouth like mine, somebody has something to say about negative.
I haven't heard it.
Well, let me tell you this, Jimmy. When we would have our family reunion meetings, oh my gosh. Oh.
We don't want to go that route.
Oh, it was torture, but we got it done.
And that's where I was going. And that's where I was going. Under his leadership.
His way of forgetting.
Yeah, under his leadership, that chapter was the model for what we tried to do in our other chapters. We were never that successful because of his leadership. He was able to sponsor again leadership along with the rest of you guys up there. Fundraise New York.
He ran a tight ship.
There you go.
No question about that. He ran a tight ship.
There you go. And again,
he knew what to do. And when I first took over, he would give me magazines and things and tell me
Yep.
stuff, the things to do.
Yep.
And you can do
Yep.
this and you can do that. I mean, he was a big help. And I did
Yeah.
appreciate that, you know?
Yeah.
He
Between him and Emma, when
Yeah.
Temple
Yeah.
used to have the Black Family symposiums,
Mhm.
Linda, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Did you sign up? You gotta go. I mean, if he had a whip in his hand, we would have wealth today.
So,
Well, I like to say something because I didn't know Osa either. But when we first started coming to the family reunions, I spotted Osa. Today, if I had to compare Osa with someone, it would be Barack Obama.
mm,
And I'm
wow. You've
That's
been there
very
a
heavy.
while. You've been in there a
That-
while.
no,
That's
no,
heavy.
seriously, I'm serious, and Wes knows this because from the day I met him, I always have said there's something special about this man. And I can see him when he walked into a place, it's just like everything just stopped. This is the way I saw him. And he could be as funny as he could be serious. And he has never changed. And Wes will tell you also, when I don't see him or hear somebody say something, the first thing I say, where is Osa? What's going on with him? And I can't wait to see what he's doing next. But as a mentor to our Black men, if I had to compare him to someone, his stature alone reminds me of Barack Obama. And when I heard that he was no longer heading the chapter, even though I didn't say it, I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen? This chapter is going to fall down. But
Oh,
when
gee, thanks.
seriously, I thought it was all over. I thought it was all over. But then when Mr. West got his feet in it, and I know how he is, I knew hell would freeze over before he would let it happen. But still, the original foundation started with Osa, and I admire you to the hilt.
Mhm. She's right. She's exactly right. Anyone else?
Well, I like to put my 2 cents in. If I can remember correctly, July of 07 is the first time I laid eyes on him, I believe. And he came in and he made his speech. And I think that's when Jimmy taken over. But he looked the same at that time as he do now. Believe me, I've never forgotten him. Although I haven't seen him in a while, but I would recognize him anywhere.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Let's see.
I have something to say.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not one for tooting my own horn.
Uh-oh.
I don't know any other way. But let me tell you this. I think that the job that is being done of meeting people in your family is so important. I am a child of Emmett Till. I was afraid to go south because I'll never forget that young man laying in that coffin. And I said, oh my God, is that the way they treat us? So I went to work and I worked with this woman, Emma Woodson Hill, for a good 15 years. Never knew that we were cousins. I don't mean distant cousins. I mean cousins. And my first time to go south of Washington, D.C., I went to the family reunion in Virginia. And it was at a nice hotel, and it wasn't called what it is called today. And I went to that reunion and I met these people. And it was like I was drawn to them. And that was Jimmy's mother, Laura, and their brother. And I couldn't explain the feeling that came over me. And you can say that you're cousins and not know how close your blood really is.
Mhm.
I took the family reunion back. Now, I had brought a house from Emma Woodson Hill. That's right. I brought my first house that I brought was from her. We played pinochle every day on the job. We were like joking and in love with each other. When I brought that book back at lunchtime, I wanted to show her that I had been to Virginia. She opened the book and found her name and showed me that she was a Meekins, and who had, her mother was a Meekins that married a Woodson, and that we were damn near first cousins, you know? So when Jimmy talked about the grandchildren getting to meet and to know one another, it's so important.
Yep.
But I'm gonna stop by saying this. You know, sometimes you don't need words to feel or to express the love that you feel for other people. But you can feel it when you're in the company of those people. And that's what I felt in attending my first reunion in Virginia. To come to find out that Jimmy's mother and I think their father's name was Benjamin.
That's correct.
And he was a first cousin of my father's. I mean, you don't get any closer
That's right.
than that. And to not to know that is almost like, you know, as we struggle to put our genealogy together, the more we know, the more I feel like I have a past, an honorable past, a past that our people have worked hard to strive to get where we are today. And I think somebody asked me what was my favorite subject in school. And I said history, only to find out that they lied to us. And today, through family reunions, we're able to put the righteousness in our history. That's it.
That's right.
And
That's right.
Brian, let me say something about Brian. I'm very quiet because I don't like to show my emotions in public. I also went on that bus trip and never had so much fun in my life. And it was, you know, it has not been repeated.
That's right.
Because his love and joy just radiate through the whole trip. And I felt his warmth and the language of the heart by being in his company. That's it.
Wow. 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 Wow.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just want to
Jose
say amen. Amen.
He's a package. Yes.
That's
You're my hero. You're my hero, Oz.
Thank you. And you want to know the difference between when people stop calling me Junie Meeks, I want to know what I did wrong.
Grew up, that's all.
I love Judy Meeks.
Well,
That was the
because
coolest
everybody
thing
else was
going
calling
on.
you Elsa. So I said, oh, well, I guess we call him Elsa.
Right. I
Or
just
call you
love.
Judy Meeks.
And
For the longest time, I never even knew what his name really was. I thought his name
Right.
was
I
Judy.
didn't know either. I didn't know his name wasn't. I didn't know what it was other than
I thought
Judy
it was
Meeks.
Judy Me.
right.
That's exactly what I thought. I never knew it was Elsa.
Yeah.
So I take it, I don't know much about South Jersey, but Jim Alfonso all keeps talking about Beach Street.
Yeah, that's one of the places that they lived
Yeah.
as a family growing up as children.
Yeah.
In other words, it was a Quaker rich town and they had one street for Black people.
And that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
I grew up living on Beach Street.
Right. One street.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
And I think Press, how many of the boys was born on Beach Street? Right in
I
the
don't-
house on the corner. It
I
was,
don't know. I was born in Mount Holly at the hospital.
oh, okay, so it was a couple of the brothers was born on
It could
Beach
al-
Street.
If he was
On
born in
Beach
Mount Holly, it can only be Billy and
Richard
No,
was,
Rich.
well, Richard
Not
was,
Richard. No.
oh,
But yeah, because I think they skipped too. You know what I mean? Like you said,
yeah.
Billy and Merle, and maybe. But I know one of my younger brothers was born in the house.
Yes,
too.
Richard. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But we were all lived in a little area. So, yeah.
Well enough.
And when I went to Morristown, that's all I knew we were going to Beach Street.
It's the only place you could go.
well, that's
Yeah.
three. What you had,
I knew it
three
was one
sisters or three sisters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We had
Mary Lucy,
Mary
Yeah,
Lucy,
Aunt
Min,
Min, and Al.
Hey man.
and Alice.
My
And
mom.
Alice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
And then we all lived in Shelton Terrace.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
I remember Shelton
In
Terrace.
Camden, it was a housing development that was built for returning Negro soldiers in World War II.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. And now it's called the projects. But back then in the late 40s, oh God, I'm gonna give away my age.
I don't think it's there anymore.
It's
Nah,
still
it's not
there.
even there. They redid that.
Oh, they
I think they
did?
tore it down.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
they tore
really
it down
nice.
and built some new stuff there.
But we had my mom and dad, and we had Aunt Dit, and we had Uncle Bun.
Yep.
So there were 3 family units living in this Shelton Terrace.
And my dad's brother even lived on in Shelton Terrace.
Right.
222 Kasu's.
Right.
Something like that.
I have a question.
Yes.
We keep talking about the cousin Mary Lucy. Did she come
Yeah.
from Alexa?
Yes.
Yes.
No, that was the other Mary Lucy.
Yeah, there's
Mary
another
Lu-
Mary.
Are you talking about Mary
Yeah.
Lucy Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Same
no,
family.
No.
Same
Same
family.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
My
same
mother
family.
was in school with her. I heard that name
Yeah,
called.
Mary Lucy Lawrence.
Oh, we're talking about Mary Lucy Meekins Reynolds. And she
Okay.
was born because Ophelia, Bernice,
Mhm.
and Mary Lucy were born in Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons why I didn't know that Emma was related to me is because she kept calling me Mickens. And you know, that's
Yeah.
the difference between refer to ourselves as Meekins, but down south, some people say Mickens.
Mhm. That's right.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, this this lady you're talking about, Mary Lucy Lawrence.
Yes.
You can't. Probably can't see. You can't see. I'm sorry about that. But
Mhm.
anyway, she passed away in 2018. I used to live next door to her brother, Ernest Lawrence,
Mhm.
and So that's who you referred to. They had sons, Elwood. Elwood was my best friend growing up.
I remember him.
Yeah, that was my best friend.
Bernstein.
Yep, Bernstein still living in Newport News.
Bernstein.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that name.
We all was in school together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew Bernstein.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Never
So
forget them.
so this is what this is the reason I wanted to do this. We learned so much tonight about him. And what's great about it, he got to hear it. And we got to hear his comments.
Mm.
That's what this is all about. And then we can pass it along to our younger folks. It's a shame some of our younger folks are not here, but that's okay. At least some of us are younger are here, like Patrice and Melanie, and Catherine, and Corliss, and maybe Detrell.
Maybe.
And Dorit.
I was gonna say, I'm younger than Detrell.
At least they can pass the stories on when we are over in the nursing home somewhere. But does anybody have anything else to say before we get ready to get out of here tonight?
I just want to say something, Jimmy. Before my Facebook page got hacked, I was friends with Osa. And I always used to get jealous because every time I looked at his page, he was at a different play in Manhattan that I wanted to go to. And I said, boy, this man, where does he live? He travels all over the place going to all of these plays. So I want to be like you when I grow up.
There you go.
Not only that, he's traveled the world too.
That's right. You're definitely a treasure to the world. You're a treasure to our family. We're delighted. We're cousins. And we're looking forward to seeing you for the next 25, 40 years.
At least 40.
At least 40. Well,
at least 40.
See, Linda's mom was 102. Is that correct? Is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When she passed away,
Right.
3 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Mhm.
102. So it's possible.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
possible.
Hmm.
I miss your mom. You know that.
Mhm.
Miss her so
Yeah, I
much.
know. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have loved this. She would have been on it.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you were talking about Uncle Ben, and she used to tell us about Uncle Ben when we were growing up, and we were like, okay. But it was nice hearing those old stories about the relatives that we never met.
I got a little story about Aunt Fee.
Uh-oh.
I used to drive convertibles, you know, and I'd pull up to Aunt Fee's house because every time I went to Morristown, I had to stop by and see her. And I'd pull up to her house and she said, "Oh, Fred, you got your top down. Take me for a ride." And I'd have to drive all around Morristown with that top down.
I know we're supposed to be talking about Osa right now, but I want to mention something about Linda's mom. One thing I'll always remember, and going to her house, and she got to know me a little bit, and she said, "Go in there and look under the sink and get you something."
Some of that bourbon.
You used to call it Dirty Bird.
So you know, I fell in love with her right away.
I know that Dirty Bird.
So
She used to tell me to go. She used to make the best pickled beets you ever had. Ever.
Hey, Jimmy, you talk about under that sink. She used to say, "The doctor said I can have one a day."
Yes, yes, yes.
So I'm walking in her footsteps in that respect. I need to have a little nip here and there. And, why you laughing? Why you laughing? Brenda and I attended my great aunt on the west side of the family, 100th birthday on New Year's Eve, 100 years old, down in Farmville, Virginia. And she takes a nip of cognac or any kind of brown stuff, brown liquor every now and then. Just a little nip, a little small one. I used to give her a half gallon of Hennessy all the time till I found out her grandson was drinking up that stuff.
Ah,
Ain't bring her no more Hennessy. Hennessy expensive.
it is.
So, does anybody have anything else?
This was wonderful.
Yes.
I judge.
I enjoyed this.
I want to say next month on the 11th will be our next session, and our co-host will be Corliss. You hadn't forgotten, have you, cousin?
No, sir.
Okay. And again, before we sign off, thank you so much. Kat, I thank you for the address. I appreciate that a whole lot. I'm going
Oh,
to,
no problem. You're welcome.
and I'm going to write that down right now before I forget about it.
Hey, Jimmy, thank you for the reminder too, because I had really forgotten again. Remember you told me you was gonna remind me,
Yeah, I sure did.
and you sent me that reminder, and I'm telling you, it was 7:45 when I saw that reminder again, and no, it was there before, but I went on it. That's when I started getting ready to go on.
Well, because I think I sent it around 6 o'clock. I said I'll give him enough time to find it.
Yeah, you gave me enough time, but I still almost forgot.
Yeah. I found another Osa. He plays defensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, forget
His
about that
name
one.
is Osa Dizzy something like that. Anyway,
Cowboys.
and I found out that his last name is a common name, as common in Nigeria as it is, as Williams is here.
Oh,
But it was such a joy. There's one more Osa, but why did he have to play for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, how
Why
about that?
not?
How about that? How about that?
Y'all leave that alone.
Why
That's my son's
not?
team. That's my
But I
son's
do,
team.
but that helped me put together that we are basically rooted in Nigeria
Yes, we are.
because it's a common name over there. It comes from Orisa, their sun god.
Did I hear there's a Cowboy fan on this call?
More than one.
You sure did. My son
Y'all can't say nothing.
Cowboys, and he loves Cowboys.
Can't say nothing.
And I'm a nobody's fan.
That's all I can just shake my head.
That's
Cowboy
all.
fan.
That's all you do. That's what we do every year. Don't shake your head for them.
I want to remind you that I have 3 different sheets. Patrice, Shirley, I'm gonna contact Angela. Anybody else, let me know, contact me, call me, text me, email me, and I'll give you the facts on what this is. And it's pretty simple. It's blind luck.
True that.
We need your help, especially on the green sheet here. This one right here.
Is that the $10 sheet?
That must be the $10 one.
Yeah. I
We
think the $10 sheet.
Yeah, it's I have at least about 20 slots on here, 20, 25 left.
You need help on that one.
I need some help on that. So I sure would appreciate your help. Anything else before we sign off? This has been a wonderful, wonderful night. I especially thank Osa, because I know this is past his bedtime.
Right.
Can I ask you one question? Has anybody ever done anything like this, kind of like a testimonial for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm afraid to ask which one was better.
No, don't do that, because one was formal. This was more fun. When I retired, there were like 1,000 people.
Wow.
Oh boy.
See, I told you it's important. Told you it's important. I also want to especially thank Bill for helping me before tonight. And I hope Bill and Kat please come back again. I will
I
make sure
will.
I will make sure you guys get the login information from now on, unless you tell me no. And the 12, we're thinking about you. Thank you, Linda. I just got that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The
I'm
12,
praying for you, Trail.
exactly. Our
Thank
thoughts are with
Absolutely.
our thoughts are with you. Patrice and Shirley, I know you're heartbroken. I know it's tough. And but please know that all of us, our family reaches worldwide. So you got worldwide prayers coming in from
Amen.
everywhere. And that's a fact. I'm not, we got family members who have been on this call here from around the world. And I'm not kidding you. So just keep that in mind. And anything any of us can do for you, please
Just
let
call
us
us.
know. Just
Yeah.
call us know.
Call us.
So with that, if no one else has anything else, we're gonna sign off. And please be
I just
safe.
want to say one thing.
Yes, sir.
Billy Meekins, it was really good seeing you. I haven't seen you really, except on Facebook, but to talk to you.
I think the last time I saw you, Preston, you was on a motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was
I can't
really
imagine.
awesome.
I can't imagine that.
No, I don't ride a motorcycle.
Oh, that's
You must be thinking about somebody else.
No.
My wife used to ride.
Yes, it was you and your wife.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, I remember him on the cycle.
Right, we remember.
Yeah, I remember he had that.
Remember? He tried to make a liar out of me on my first
Well, they
day.
say the first thing that goes is the memory.
You got 4 people remembering this.
I
Exactly.
don't know what.
Y'all
I
can't
don't
be
know.
forgetful.
You guys must put your heads together. I never rode a motorcycle.
I
No,
think you was riding
you
up
and
to New Hampshire, too.
Eva was on the back and you both had helmets.
Yup.
And they were going to New Hampshire.
I don't know where you got that one from.
I'm gonna pull out a picture. I got pictures.
Joe me.
Oh,
also,
my
I think
goodness.
you better give them the information about that Alzheimer's place.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Everybody, I'd like to start over again and say thank you for your messages, your texts and everything. It has really been a rough week going back to work and trying to just get back into the routine of things because I used to call my brother at least every other day on my way home from work. And now it's to pick up the phone and there's nobody to call. So my Uncle Jimmy said, he look at the camera and don't see the truck. It's just the opposite because the truck is here in my driveway. And when I go out the door, I'm like, darn, how did I end up with this truck? And we had a conversation back at Thanksgiving where he made a comment kind of under his breath that because we had talked about trading cars. Both our cars are paid off. And he was saying that, I'm looking for a truck. And he said that he may be looking to go back to a car, something easier for him to maneuver around in. And he said, well, you may end up with this one. And we kind of laughed it off and went on about our ways. And now I have the car and the truck on my driveway. And it's like, and nobody to call in the evening. So now it's like, I'm just making random phone calls this week on my way home from work because I can't dial that number anymore. So, but I have received your messages and I am trying to slowly return phone calls and text messages if I haven't returned them since then. Thank you all.
Melanie, you can call me anytime.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
You don't have anybody to call me.
I will take you up on it.
I'll be looking forward to the call.
Yeah, your uncle has my number.
My phone is on 24/7.
Yes.
Mine too.
Mine too.
You guys up on it because it's
Yeah.
a 15-minute drive, but without talking to anybody, it makes it longer.
I say, call me anytime.
They want to ride home with me.
Well, you got me. I'm right here in Concord, Charlotte.
All righty. I'm gonna look you up for real. We're gonna get to know each other.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hey, Melanie, when you see a message from Preston Fortune, you'll know it's me, okay?
Okay, I sure will.
Melanie, be careful. Don't let them get you on the back of that motorcycle.
I know, right? I know. I love motorcycles. I've been on motorcycles before.
Not
So,
with
hey,
him.
Hey, just let me know and I won't tell.
Okay, folks,
All right.
I guess that's it for tonight. This has been
Alrighty.
a 2-hour session, a good one. One of
It
the
is.
best.
It was
best
good
we've
seeing you,
had.
Billy.
Yes, it is.
Really
Same
good
here.
seeing and hearing from you,
Okay,
Mhm.
other than on Facebook.
exactly.
So, this is better.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, way better. I get to see you live and in person.
Back and forth, interaction.
The clock on the wall said that's all.
Yeah.
all right. Good
Amen.
night,
And
folks.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Yes.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Everybody be safe.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, take care.
Yes.
My ad here.